Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bakers and Small Business Talk Space podcast, where I get to sit with different guests, which include bakers and entrepreneurs. We get to get an insight into their personal life, the challenges they may have overcome in running or starting their own businesses, and the strategies that they may have applied in overcoming those challenges. We talk everything that has to do with baking, running a small business, or if you're already running a small business, taking your business into the next height. We hope to get an insight that will inspire us, that will encourage us to start, that will also help us to carry on if we're already running our own small businesses. My name is Chiro Kangare, and I'm the brain behind Exquisite Deluxe Cake. So if you are new in this channel, please like, subscribe, share, comment. And if you already subscribed, thank you. You guys are my star. So please join me in today's episode. I have a wonderful lady, the lady who inspires me a lot, the lady that I found in this industry, the lady that is taking this baking industry to the new height. I know her by the name of Cena. Cena, Exquisite Cake. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the invite, and thank you for joining us today. Yes. But before we unpack your business journey,
yes,
before there was Cena Exquisite Cakes, there was Cena the little girl.
Yes.
Can you take me back to Cena the little girl? Who was that little girl?
Oh, Cena the little girl, hey? Cena the little girl is the girl who was studying electrical engineering.
Okay.
Then after doing electrical engineering, I decided, you know what? This is not what I actually want. I want to go, I love events actually. So I went to do marketing. After doing marketing, then 2009, I had a child who passed away. After losing my daughter, I resigned where I was working. Then after resigning where I was working, I was sitting at home doing nothing. Then that time I was mourning, crying daily, crying evening. Anytime I was crying morning. Then it was not two. My daughter passed on 2009. 2005, that's when I started doing like booty scones, biscuit. Then it was not something that I thought I'm going to do it as a business. 2009, after my daughter, actually it was after my wedding, my white wedding, I lost my daughter. Then 2009, that's when, after mourning, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to sit and do nothing. How about I start doing business? I started doing just the beginner class. With a lady by the name of Pulani Mzi. Unfortunately, is no longer with us.
Yes. So rest in peace.
So yeah, that's how I started when I was a little girl. So I was on the 30s. Now I'm on the 45, yeah. So I'm no longer a little girl.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did you know that what you were doing, selling scones, it's now something that can be a business?
Okay. Remember I told you I lost the baby and I was doing nothing. And I'm like, I cannot sit here forever doing nothing. How about I just take this and do it as a business? Then I started doing cakes instead of doing the scones and biscuit. Because I was hating that thing of piping. Your hands will be so tired. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to start with the cakes.
Did you go to school to study cakes?
No, like I said, I went to Pulani Mzi.
Okay.
The lady who's, So we went to this, it was a military something, space. I don't know what, yes. So we did there, she came with a sponge, we didn't bake from scratch. But we did the cake by buttercream, covering with a fondant. It was a 1 tier. Believe you me, when I started, I'm good with marketing, believe you me. The first one, they bought it. The second one, I did 2 tier. Believe you me, the 2 tier was like this. But I didn't mind. My cake, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to win this. The third cake, and I didn't have money that time, hey? With no capital to start the business, with a zero in my bank account. But the minute they paid the deposit, I said to myself, this is where I'm going. I'm going to save this money and my business will grow bigger.
Did you even have the tools, the right tools, the mixers?
Nothing. I was using teaspoon, the teaspoon that we used to mix, to drink tea with. That was the teaspoon that I was using.
To scrape the cake?
Remember when I did my beginner, we didn't have the measuring. The sponge were already there.
So now
I had to figure out how will I do this cake?
Yeah.
I just got a recipe. But will it come out the way they did? I wasn't sure. But you know what? I was mixing, whether it's a dumpling, whether it's a fresh spongy cake. Bona, I'm starting the business.
The business was going.
The business was going.
Did you get any complaints?
You know, at the beginning, I didn't have any complaint. But when I did the 4-tier cake, my dear, I didn't have any double sticks. I just took that 4-tier, put it on top of another. And that cake was going somewhere like in Hammanskraal. You know, I just took it to the car.
You delivered it stacked?
Delivered stacked. I didn't know. Remember, I just did a cake without knowing what is happening. I just did whatever that's supposed to be done.
So what happened when you arrived at Hammanskraal and the cake was
when the cake arrived at Hammanskraal, it was like this. And I told the client, you know what? That's not my mistake, because the car were packed with so many stuff.
Did you deliver it or somebody?
No, they collected the cake and they were driving Uno and there were 5 inside that Uno car.
And the cake was
the
not
following
doiled.
day, because I'm running a business, I told them to bring it back so that I can fix where it can be fixable. So I managed to fix 2-tier, then the rest they can eat it when they are home.
Cena?
Yes.
And how much was that cake?
Yeah, that time I didn't even know how to do costing, hey?
Yeah.
I think I charged them 3,000.
For a 4-tier?
For a 4-tier.
But it was then?
Remember, it was 2005. I didn't know how to do my costing. But tell me now about the 4-tier now. Yes.
From your sleep, you can tell me how
I
much
can
it is.
tell you, even if I'm sleeping.
It's funny because you talk about costing.
Yes.
And then when you're starting a business, especially this one, I think in all businesses where you are manufacturing something or producing something, costing is a problem, because costing on its own, it's a cost.
Exactly.
But these days, we found a lot of bakers who are starting businesses.
Yes.
But the challenge that they have, or the challenge that is going to affect almost everyone that is in the baking industry, is the costing.
Yes.
Because you find a person baked a 2-tier cake, let's say 15 centimeter and 20 centimeter, and that person charges less than 1,000.
So you can imagine, but when they go to a wedding cake, they want to charge that cake more, which there's no difference between a wedding cake and a birthday cake. Remember, it's the same size. Remember, there's nothing you need to change. The price should be the same.
I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Remember, the birthday cake is like low budget function.
Yes.
It's not even a long planned thing.
Yeah.
And the wedding cake, it gives you stress with it. Akulalwa. You need to make sure that thing you ganache it properly, it stand properly, and usually it's more tiers than 2 tiers. So I understand where you're coming from, that a wedding cake, sometimes you put more layers so that it gives a certain height or a certain look compared to the birthday cake. But what you are saying is true, that it's same size, should be same price.
Exactly.
But
so why
different
should
stress.
the birthday be smaller instead of the wedding cake should be taller? You are doing the same size. If the client says, I want 15 centimeter, you must bring the client 15 centimeter with the same size that you can do for the wedding. Remember the birthday cake, they are even more stressful than the wedding cake.
Too much details if it's
Too much details. You have to do those figurines. I cannot afford to do those cakes. I hate doing the birthday cakes.
In the business industry, when everybody wants to concentrate on baking a cake, I always say, you don't necessarily need to be a baker. There is so many opportunities
True.
that are available in there.
Yes.
That someone who wants to start a baking business today, who's not cracking it in the
Yeah.
baking industry, is not looking at other opportunities around
Yes.
the cake. I just want us to explore some of the opportunities that are there or exist around making a cake. Yes. And I'm coming from a point that you are an employer.
Yes.
You have employed people to work in your shop.
Yes.
And not all of them bake a cake from sketch to the end, the
Yeah,
finish. They've
yes.
got different tasks.
Yes.
So what are those opportunities that maybe you also apply them to your staff?
So my staff, I've got 4 people. Each and every person, they have different role that they are playing in the shop. Ne? There is a person who will deal with baking. There is a person who will deal with the filling, the buttercream, the mousse, everything that's got to do with the filling and the buttercream. There's a person who's going to do with the ganache. There's a person who's going to deal with covering the cakes. So it makes the cakes to be very easy. But doing the cake alone, it's going to strain everything. You will actually hate doing cakes if you're doing the cakes alone. So you need to have people that will be able to assist you.
Here is someone like me doing everything alone. It's tiring. How did you get to a point of trusting someone with your business? For me, cakes are very personal.
Yes.
I have a very personal relationship with the cake when I'm doing the cake. And I'm passionate about it.
Yes.
And when I employ someone, I want that person to have the same passion and the same feeling, or I don't know, same love.
Yes.
And then usually when you employ a person, you employ them to come get paid.
Yes.
At the end of the month. But they don't understand the personal relationship you have with your craft.
Yeah.
So how did you get to a point where you make a decision, this thing is bigger than me, I need to have someone to help me, and when this person comes, I need to be able to share
all the information
so that they do it perfectly the way I do it myself. Yes.
Okay. Let me give you an example. Do you think people that are working at SABC, the owner of SABC, let me put it that way, did they wanted to have people that want to work with them? Can you work alone? You can't. You need to have an accountant. You need to have somebody who's doing the admin. You need to have somebody who will do so many, the receptionist. So it's like baking. Whether that person, they didn't want to disclose their information, their deep information. So whether you work alone or not, that information you need to share. Whether they start their own business after working with you, you have built your own brand already. Do you think they know those people? They don't. They know you. If you post there your cake, who will respond? If we post both, they don't even know that person, but they know me. I will post and make sure I do my marketing very well. So that's how it is.
What marketing tools do you use in your business to attract customers?
Hey, believe me, I'm on all the social media, believe you me. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Bona, all of them. The problem is that I'm not good with this TikTok thing. I'm not. I love playing underground. I don't want to be seen. That's the thing. Yes.
Why don't you hire someone to do it for you?
How, Chililo?
You hire someone to post for you to manage your social media page.
Will I be able to stand there and do like, who?
You don't have to do anything.
Okay, just hold and do the
recipe. They know what to do. They work on that. They're specialized in that. They will do the work for you.
All right.
They will run your
page. That's what I'm thinking. Remember?
Yeah.
I'll be opening a new shop recently. So I would love to do that. I'll see if I will be able to have somebody who can assist me with that. I would love to do that.
Yes. I feel like we spoke about the cake.
Yeah.
But you have other businesses.
Yes.
In your pocket.
Yes.
But obviously, cake was your first.
Yes.
Maybe doing the cake gave birth to the other ones.
Yeah.
What are those businesses?
All right. I'm on events now. I'm doing deco. I also do flower arrangement. So yeah, I'm actually in love with everything to do with events. So when I do decor, I go all out because it's on a weekend. I know I won't be able to sleep if I put it that way. I will work very hard, whether I'm losing the money or not, but I will make sure maybe in the coming years, I will be able to pay myself more. Recently, I'm getting peanuts, but definitely in the coming years.
Do you see yourself leaving cakes to this event thingy?
No, definitely they go together. I cannot.
I'm still fascinated with how much you speak with passion when you talk about your businesses.
I love my business, believe
All
me.
of them?
All of them.
Okay. So how do you deal with managing your businesses, your employees, and your family and your own life?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, eh? Especially when it comes to family. You run a business, you do admin sometimes, you have to work with people. People sometimes they are resigning. You need to get new people. You need to train new people. Remember that time you are used to knocking off at 5 o'clock now. Recently, because you have two new people, or let me say the old people, you still have them, but you need, before they close to the shop, you need to be there. Then after closing, you go back to where you do your cakes before you can even go home. You miss your kids. The reason why I don't work on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I don't even compromise when it comes to that. Unless if I've got decor to do. So it's difficult because there's husband.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, Saturday we need
And husband
all the time, believe you me. That's why weekend I give a little compromise. I need to be there for my family. If I have delivery, I will deliver by 11 o'clock. I'm done.
In the evening or
morning? I make sure my delivery time is from 8 o'clock in the morning.
You deliver all your cakes yourself?
Not all of them. It's wedding cake.
Okay.
Yes.
Take me through your week, your typical week when you've got cake orders, wedding cake, and decorations.
No, I don't do that. When I have events like deco, I won't take too many orders. I will take the clients that I'm doing a deco. That's the only cake that I will take.
Okay.
Yes. But because the events, you need to start on Wednesday to prepare. Go to the flower market, buy flowers, make sure you have all the tools are ready, the couches are clean, the tents are clean. So there's so many things going on.
Do you ever rest?
Hey, people are asking the same question. Do you ever
Because I'm listening to you, it sounds like you don't rest, eh?
I do. There's a time when I don't work, but I will tell the clients I'm fully booked, just to rest.
Oh, to rest.
Yes.
I do that, but I'm able to do that because I've got the 9 to 5.
Oh, yes.
So, the 9 to 5, it gives me that comfort. On a certain day of the month, the salary will go in. So I've got that luxury of saying, oh, I'm tired this week or I'm tired this month, whatever. And then I don't take orders. But with you, you've got staff.
Yes.
That
to pay.
Yeah, that you need to pay. You've got staff that you need to make sure they've got work every time they come to work. And then now you yourself, you are tired.
Definitely. When I'm tired, they are also tired. Remember?
Oh, they get day off. When the boss is tired, they are also tired.
No. Remember, we've got different departments. We have daily cakes that we sell at the shop, meaning those who are doing the designer cakes, when I'm off, they will be off because we don't have orders. But those who are doing the daily cakes for the shop, they will work. Yes.
Okay, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
So take me back to, you already told me about your disaster cake, the one that was going to my
Hammanskraal, when I started.
But is there a cake that you felt, this, I still don't believe it today. It still takes you by surprise. It's still your best work.
I've got two. There was another cake.
This
is the board. The cake was standing like this. Instead of standing straight, it was standing like up. with a flour. I wish we had the TV so that I can be able to show you the picture.
No, you're going to send it to us. We'll
I
show
will
it.
send it to you. Then we've got another one, which is the balls. It was going to Mpumalanga.
I saw the balls.
Yeah, if I didn't, I had the heart. If I had the heart attack that time, ne? I thought I'm gonna die when I was driving to Mpumalanga that time.
No, when I saw the balls one, because I've seen the balls one,
Yes.
I was like, if a customer comes with an order like this, even if they pay me 100,000, so
Why?
that thing looks so unstable, looks so scary, looks so. I understand we do supporting structures and everything, but a person who will order that cake will not be paying £5.
No, definitely.
And then the function itself already tells me
Yeah.
it's a glamorous function.
Believe
so
me.
I wouldn't want to risk my name, my business name, and myself, and the stress and yonking.
But Mina, I'm good with taking risk, eh? I love
yeah.
taking risk. Even if they can tell me to do something that it's impossible, I'll make sure I take it so that.
How was the stress of delivering that cake, setting up that cake?
Yeah, no. Like I said, I thought I'm going to die that time.
So you must,
like I was shaking.
You were stressing.
I was stressing that the money was gone long ago. You know, that's the thing about baking. People will pay 4 months before you can even deliver the cake. Then when you deliver, the money is gone.
How do you feel when you are doing a cake that has been fully paid and the one that it still have some balances?
No, I prefer to have the one with a little bit of balance instead
the
of a fully paid.
The energy up.
Yeah, up. We really confidence. How we you know, or you know what? I've got the remaining balance. I need to fix this. Imagine if the clients didn't pay the full amount, then the cake collapsed. Do you think they will pay the remaining balance? Never. Never.
I feel the same. I feel like the one that is fully paid.
Yes, it's much safer.
It's like, it's like you're working for free.
Yes.
It's like I'm paying the debt.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
but the one that the client still, I think it's a lesson for the client as well. Please leave some.
Yeah.
The energy is still there. You're looking forward to the balance.
Yes.
And you've got the energy.
Yeah.
This one, I'm paying the debt. Let me just do it so that it's gone.
And you know how bakers are with buying material.
Yeah, we're always buying.
The tools. Yeah.
That's one thing that people don't understand, that because we are hoarders. We buy things, even the things that we don't need, but we think we will need.
Exactly.
And we end up not needing them. Okay. Now, then take me back to the time you thought of opening the shop, before you even open the shop. You are moving out of home, you're opening a space, but now you need to sell to people.
Yes.
What made you think of that?
Okay. I've been in the baking industry for 9 years now. So when I was at home, I don't have that big space where I can be able to put like 10 cakes, and I needed more people to come and buy for growth, definitely.
Okay.
So when COVID started, I was still working at home. Then I saw the gap, the opportunity. Why not go to the complex? Because that's where people will be able to see, this is a cake shop. Then I can be able to go and just buy the daily cakes. So I went to inquire and find out this is not that huge money. I can be able to afford the rent. Come COVID. After COVID, then the cakes are people are no longer doing the designer cakes. People have started doing baking. Remember, people were sitting out at home doing nothing. Now they started doing like body scones. Now, after doing the scones, they decided to do the designer cakes. Now the business is slower because they charge the cakes lower. But I said to myself, I'm going to go to the complex. I'm going to charge the price according to my skill. Then that's what I did. The cake started going like crazy. Then after staying at the complex for almost 3 years now, because this month I was going to be 3 years now. I decided to leave. Bought a house, turn it into a baking studio. Now it's going to be finished with next week or the other week. I'm not sure because there are still some touch-ups that I need. That's how I started. And I need growth from the new house that I bought.
I'll be there when the shop opens.
Definitely, I want you.
I will be there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, Sina, I want us to talk to someone.
Yes.
With this unemployment rate here in South Africa.
Yeah.
There's someone sitting at their corner.
Yeah.
Thinking there's so many bakers. You know, there is just so many bakers.
There are so many bakers.
Everyone wants to be a baker.
Exactly.
But they've got the skill. Maybe they can even go for training or come to you for training.
Yes.
But the challenge they have is, how am I going to crack it? How am I going to make sure that when I start this business, I'm going to be able to sustain it and I'm going to be able to stay in it?
All right. You know what is the problem with regards to bakers or people who want to start their own business? People, they don't focus on what they want to do. They focus on other people. If you can stay on your lane and say, I'm going to start baking and I'm going to stick to what I'm going to do. And I will, if I have to ask other bakers or go for a training, which I'm doing the training, I am also train student or train people who want to do baking. Yes. So definitely I help people like that. People will ask before they come to your training. Obviously, they need to see what you actually do before they can come to you. But what they need to do is to focus on what they need to do, not just sit at home doing nothing. Remember when I started, I said I lost the baby sitting doing nothing. And I end up saying, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and do nothing and mourn my baby forever. I need to stand up and do something for my life.
You mentioned something very interesting.
Yes.
You've been baking for 9 years.
Yes.
So in these 9 years,
yes,
the cake industry have been changing.
Yes.
The cake you were doing in year 1, year 2, it's very different from the cakes that we're doing now.
Yes.
These days we're even banning the cakes. So how do you keep up with the trend? And do you have trends that you select that this one I'm going to jump into?
Yes.
Or you just go with all the trend or the flow?
Mina, like I said from the first time, I said I'm a risk taker. I follow people from Nigeria a lot, people from UK a lot. So with the trending, they are very good. So I'm one of those people in South Africa. Give me a challenge, I'll go for it.
Trendsetter.
I'm telling you, I'm a trendsetter.
How important is it to build a community of bakers around you?
Pardon? You can repeat that question?
How important it is to build a community of bakers?
I already have people around. Remember, I have a shop. So if you work with people around your area, they will support you big time. I've got people that come daily to buy like baking materials. They come and buy, even bakers, they come and buy my cakes. So that's how happy I am with my people that are, with the bakers that are around me. Yes.
And then do you support each other with the bakers that are around
we
you?
We do. Remember,
okay.
I've got people who are staying like 6 houses away from me, who is a baker.
6 houses from you?
Yes. If they need something and they desperately need that thing and I have a tool, I'll actually assist with that tool. There's another baker who came. She was doing, what do we call it? This beer thing, yeah, the ice cubes. What do we call it?
Isomelt.
No.
Bucket ice cake.
Bucket ice.
Bucket cake.
Ice bucket cake.
The famous one for me.
You know, they didn't have the mold to do the ice, the ice cubes.
Yeah.
I had to borrow the client the mold.
And having the right tool in the baking industry, it's important.
It's very important.
I'll remember when I started, because when you are exploring on your own, sometimes you don't know that a mold was used.
Yes.
Or a certain type of a tool was used. So you only find out if you've got a community or you've got other bakers that you share information with, they can be able to tell you, oh, that one you can't do it with your own hand.
Yeah.
You need a mold or you need whatever.
Yes.
I'm going to play a little game with you in the kitchen.
All right.
But before we go there,
yes,
I just want to know if you have one favorite tool, which tool would that be in the baking industry?
Give me the scraper. I'll play with your cake to look beautiful.
Okay.
Because if you don't have a scraper, you will never have a beautiful cake.
That's my
Something
favorite
that
tool as
will
well.
something that will attract clients. If you put a cake that is skew, people will look at it. Then yes, it's beautiful on top and it tastes good. But believe you me, if your cake is clean, it's beautiful and it tastes good. Believe you me, you'll never lose your clients. You'll actually have more clients than losing clients.
I feel like the scraper brings the elegance in the
I'm
cake.
telling you.
Okay, Sinah, so if you were to have superpowers to help you in the kitchen,
Yes.
what would it be and why?
Yeah. If I can have somebody who can clean dishes, the superpowers, you're the dishes in the kitchen, and somebody who can do the fondant as well because it's so heavy. And if you don't have men in the kitchen who can be able to do that fondant, for ladies, you'll have back pains, all sort of things. So that's the most thing that I can appreciate.
Please come and tell the men in my house, when I tell them that thing called fondant, it needs
But
men.
now they need, yes.
And they don't understand.
Hey, they don't, hey? So that's the reason why I need to work with men.
And then I want to take you back to the time when you were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
When, if you have ever received a weirdest order, what was that order for?
The weirdest cake that I have ever received, requested by client actually, is that vagina cake. And that, the penis one. To hold and to what? I don't know what
I've
do they
never
call
seen
it.
those two cakes on social media. Did you post
basically,
them?
I've never done it. People like that, I will tell them I'm fully booked. I'm sorry.
So you have never done exotic cake?
Yeah.
You
They
don't take those.
requested, yeah.
You don't take those orders.
Hey, imagine posting those kind of cakes.
Because I was saying, I've never seen you posting those cakes.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
When I started my baking business, I've done the one with the pennies, but I've never posted it.
But I thought you were a risk taker. You're
I'm a risk taker, but some other things, it goes with what kind of a person are you, you know? So, yeah, those kind of cake, I don't take them.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we're going to go to the kitchen
Okay.
to play a little game.
Yes.
And then we're going to be back.
I love that.
Yeah, to finalize everything.
I love and enjoy that.
Okay,
Let's
thank
go.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sinah, now welcome to my kitchen, the space where everything starts.
Okay.
The favorite room for a baker.
Amen.
Yes, so I
Yes.
just want to play few little tricking things here in my kitchen
All right.
with you, hoping to inspire someone.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Oh, Cena, I see you brought me beautiful cakes. I can tell they are delicious.
Yes.
And I can tell that the finishing is meringue.
Definitely
I'm just not
it
sure
is.
if it's South African meringue, Italian meringue, or Swiss meringue. But I will
It's
stick
Swiss
with
meringue.
South African meringue because we used South African butters and ingredients. Yes. Let's talk about the finishing.
Yes.
Of the cake as a beginner,
Yeah.
and as an advance. Is it important to learn all of them at once? And if no, which one do you think is easier for a beginner?
The reason why we have beginner class, that's where you learn how to start a cake from scratch, how to creme coat the cake, how to use the ganache, how to cover the cake with fondant. So it's very important to know all of them.
So meaning even if you want to be self-taught, you need to be able to master that.
I don't know what is a self-taught because people are thinking if you look some other things on YouTube, it's self-taught. But at the end of the day, they will end up coming for a class to learn more about this. It's not the same thing. You will learn how to do. People are watching you on YouTube, but there's some other cutting part that you can't even see when they do some cake. So if you come personally to come and learn how to do the cake, it's easy to see how we start from scratch, how we assemble, how we creme coat, how we ganache, how to cover the cake. So
in short, go to the class.
Go to the
and
class.
master the craft.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
There is meringue, there's butter icing,
Yes.
there's ganache,
Yes.
there's fondant.
Yes.
And what is fresh cream?
There's fresh cream.
Which one is your favorite?
Fresh cream, definitely, and Swiss meringue. Less sugar, even fresh cream, less sugar. But the buttercream, there's a lot of sugar. You can do it for people who love sugar.
Okay. But you know what also is challenging?
Yes.
Is that when you are working with butter icing, fondant, cream, you need to color them.
Yes.
When you are coloring the cake,
Yes.
which one is your favorite? The powder, the gel, or it doesn't matter as long as it gives me the color?
With the powder will change the taste of your buttercream. But the gel, it will remain the same taste. So I prefer both. I will say both, but the black powder, it will change the taste of the buttercream.
Which color do you find it easier to mix?
I'll say pink, but the black, it's a beautiful color that we can use for especially men. If you love black and gold, you can do your black buttercream, which it looks beautiful on your cake.
I know that black gives bakers a run for their money.
Some challenges, yes.
It's got some challenges.
Yes.
So today I want us to mix a black color.
Yeah.
Because in the butter icing and in the fondant, there are colors that I stay away from.
Yes.
Fondant, I will never mix black fondant.
Definitely.
I will buy a premix. Red, I will never mix red.
Definitely.
I will buy a premix. I think a navy.
Yeah.
But with butter icing, you cannot buy a pre-mixed butter icing.
Definitely.
Or meringue.
Yes.
You need to mix it.
Yes.
So I just want to take us through mixing two colors.
Yes.
I have the black, which is the powder and the gel. I have the red, which is the powder and the gel.
Yes.
I just want to let's start with the black because black is extremely challenging, but people love it.
Yes.
And it looks elegant. So here I've got the buttercream.
Yes.
I just want us to help someone sitting at their corner struggling with the buttercream.
Yes.
The black specifically and the red.
Okay.
So I just want us to I just want you to take us through how would one be able to mix the black and achieve the black.
Yes.
And how they will mix the red
Yes.
and achieve the black.
The perfect red and
you
the
can
perfect
go
black.
ahead and I'll be standing here.
Alrighty.
And then while you are mixing, which one between the two, the red and the black, do you prefer mixing?
I prefer both of them.
You don't have a problem with it?
I don't have a problem.
Of course, it comes
Remember,
with experience.
being in this industry forever.
Yes.
Yes. So
it's only for the beginners that it's challenging, it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to mix both red and black, ne?
Yes. So you already said the powder.
I'm starting with the powder firstly before I will put the gel. So the reason why I don't want to change the taste, I will start with black. Just a little bit of black powder.
That's the concentrated black.
That's the
but it doesn't
concentrated.
do concentrated when you are mixing.
Yes.
That's the thing I don't get. They call it concentrated, but the black is not blacking.
The black is not blacking.
Okay.
So recently they have introduced the oil gel. It's easy
Is
to...
it a brand?
Yes.
Okay.
You can work especially for buttercream. Remember, buttercream is oil. So if you put it inside the microwave, you will have a black, a real black that we want. Ne?
Okay. So in a microwave, how long will you put it?
Just a few seconds.
Okay.
Let's say 5 seconds.
Okay.
Remember, if you put it in the microwave, it will melt.
Yeah.
So we don't want it to melt. We just want the color to pop out.
Yes.
Yes.
Some also take a little bit of this and then they put that in the microwave and put it back here so that it mixes with the other one.
Yes.
Okay. I can see we're already getting to the black.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, we're going to use the super black.
Okay. This is also the black as well. I brought 2 blacks.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a specific brand
That I use.
that you use when you mix it? Or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter to me. As long as it says super black, I will use. Yes.
Okay. We are blacking.
We are blacking now.
Yeah.
So you're going to leave it just a bit.
Yes. Do you find it easier to mix black and use it now? Or it's easy to mix it a day before? Or
A day before, it's easy to work with because
I
the
agree.
black will be
blacking
blacky.
the following day?
Yes.
Okay.
This is our black.
Wow. Yeah. Easy. So now we need to move to the red.
Yes.
I think we need to clean that.
Paper towel.
Yeah. So now we're moving to red. With the red as well, you start with the powder.
Yes.
Okay. So red for love.
Red for Valentine. Hey. Red for danger.
Okay.
Red roses.
And this is double red.
This is double red.
Okay. You see, it looks pinkish.
It looks
That's what I
pinkish.
normally find.
Yes.
Also, the black, sometimes it looks gray.
Yeah. So
Or charcoal.
exactly. So if you put it inside the microwave, like I said, it's gonna be easy.
It's going to
But
come out.
yes, when you do it, just leave it inside.
I've got also the red gel.
Oh, you've got the red gel.
Yeah.
Let's go for the red gel.
Okay. So if you are struggling with the color, all you have to do is to pop it in the microwave a little bit.
Microwave,
and the
yes.
color will come out.
5 seconds, then the color will pop it out.
Okay. So what has been your earliest memory when you were in the kitchen?
The what?
Earliest memory of baking? Like the things that you've ever baked when you're still young.
I will say the scones and the biscuits.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you grow up, you were never a baking kid.
No, I've started when I started baking, I was around 11, 12.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. With the scones and what my mom used to bake a lot of scones. But recently I'm teaching her how to bake.
Your mom?
Yes.
I also find the same. I was taught by my sister-in-law, but now and then I will share the tip or two with you.
Yes. So
but
this
she was
is
my
our
teacher.
red.
Wow.
Yes.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Yes.
So if you leave it just let's say few hours, you will get it
Or the following day.
Yes.
Okay. Does it matter if you mix it with your hand or a mixer or you use a machine to mix the color?
I prefer to use a hand mixer or the stand mixer because I don't do a smaller buttercream, I do a bigger buttercream.
If you were to
But
choose...
for the beginner, I'll say you can use your whisker yes, to mix it.
If you use to choose a mixer,
Yes.
would you go for a stand mixer, a hand mixer, or an industrial mixer?
Okay, when you deal with bigger customer, like if you have a shop, I'll say industrial. But if you have a limited number of customer, you can go for stand mixer. If you're a beginner, you can start by hand mixer.
Does the brand matters?
It does matters. I use Kenwood. I prefer Kenwood. I've used other brand, but Kenwood is the best.
You always
for
go
me.
back to Kenwood.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also find the same.
Exactly.
I will use other brand, but at the end of the day, I will always go back to Kenwood.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, then any new upcoming projects that are coming that you have in the pipeline?
Oh, the pipeline is the opening. Recently, I'm stressing with the opening of the new shop. Remember, I was at the complex. So
Now you're moving your
moving
shop.
to a new shop, which I can't wait to have you.
I will be there.
Definitely.
I will definitely be there, and then I'll be taking content.
Yes.
And then I'll be shining.
I know you are very good with that, eh? The content, you are a content creator, actually. So you must take everything.
Okay.
When we post it, then we are done.
Okay. Thank you very much. We
It's a
can go back to closing of our episode. I really enjoyed having you in the kitchen. I really enjoyed you sharing these important tips.
Okay.
With the up and coming bakers. Oh, those who are already baking but they are also struggling with mixing dark colors. I think it's what you call it, dark colors.
Yes.
You think it's easier to color to color the butter icing or fondant? Which one is easier?
No, the fondant, I will never color a fondant as well. I will definitely buy it.
All of them?
Yes.
Even the pink and the blue, they're easy.
No, I only buy the darker color, black, navy blue, dark brown, and red.
And red.
Those 4 colors, they are very deep. You need to buy the ready-made.
What will be the tip when you are coloring the fondant, the ganache? compared to coloring the meringue or the buttercream?
Okay, the reason why they have introduced the oil gel is that it's very easy to color those buttercream, those ganache, everything that is working with oil. You need to buy those food coloring.
And I saw that they've got new brands now which are a lot cheaper than the one that were available before in the market.
Now they are, the recent one, they are very, very cheap. Everyone can be able to afford it.
Thank you very much, Cena. Let's go back and close this episode.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
I did as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whew, that was fun. We had in the kitchen here.
We had fun.
I feel like we could do this the whole day.
Let's do it again.
I'll invite you soon.
Thank you.
So, Sinah, thank you once again for gracing me with your presence and sharing your journey, which I believe it has inspired someone. I believe someone there has learned something from this episode. Now, people might want to follow you, might want to know more about your services. So if you can tell them on which social media platform, which handle, and what services do you do?
Thank you for having me, Chilelo.
You are welcome.
Guys, you can follow me on all the social platforms. Sinah Exquisite Cakes. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. We also do training for cake decorating and wedding cake. We also do flower arrangement and decor. We also have a shop in Mabopane, which is going to be opening very soon. Thank you so much.
There you have it, guys. Please go and follow Sinah and make sure that you use her services. And then please do stay tuned for our next episode where we get to sit with one of our guests, unpacking their journey, getting inspired from their story, learning from them. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Ah.